Tonight's headline, Sara's Pulse Asia led shows want for stability. Sotto humbled by latest Pulse Asia standing. COVID-19 cases in the country at 2,535,732. 235 NCR areas under granular lockdown. Cloudy skies, isolated rains in NCR. And stocks index peso rise. Good evening. Today is Wednesday, September 29, 2021. I am Miguel Patagora and this is Tribune News on Q. Here are the stories for this evening. Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte's continued hold on the top spot in the Pulse Asia's presidential preference survey showed Filipinos wanted stable leadership in the uncertain times, her spokesperson said on Wednesday. Lilian, Cebu Mayor Cristina Frasco said Sara was thankful for the support indicated by the poll and would continue to listen to feedback on the ground. The daughter of President Rodrigo Duterte has expressed support for her father's vice presidential bid and indicated that she would no longer run for presidency. Sara led the latest Pulse Asia survey with a 20 percentage points, followed by former Senator Bongbong Marcos Jr. with 15% and Manila Mayor Isko Moreno with 13%. Senate President Vicente Sotto III on Wednesday welcomed the results of the recent Pulse Asia survey, showing him as a top vice presidential bet in the 2022 elections, even ahead of President Rodrigo Duterte. Malacanang meanwhile maintained that Duterte is the candidate to beat despite placing only second to Sotto. Both Sotto and Duterte have expressed their intention to run for vice president in 2022. Sotto as Senator Panfilo Lacson's running mate and Duterte as the official vice presidential candidate of the PDP Laban. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque, for his part, said surveys should be taken with a grain of salt given that the filing of the candidacy is scheduled from October 1 to 8. The Department of Health reported 12,805 confirmed COVID-19 cases on Wednesday to bring the total number of infected in the country to 2,535,732, even as 7 laboratories failed to submit data on time. This brought the active cases to 132,339, and of the total, 76.6% were mild cases, 16.4% asymptomatic, 0.9% critical, 2.1% severe, and 3.91% moderate. The number of recoveries, on the other hand, rose to 2,365,229 after 12,236 patients recovered from the deadly disease. The death toll is now at 38,164 with 186 fatalities recorded. The DOH also reported that occupancy rate of intensive care unit beds nationwide was down to 74% from 76% on Tuesday, but this number still indicates that ICU care is still at high risk. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Magpabakura kayo.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Vaccination, isolation, gotta keep up with my nutrition, gotta maintain my body condition, then I can take my vaccination. What do I choose? What do I take? As long as it is not a fake. AstraZeneca, Moderna, BioNTech, even Sinovac, okay na. Babakuna ka ba, 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 babakuna ka ba. Vaccination for the nation, no more isolation. With vaccination, babakuna ka ba.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Magpabakuna kayo.
In other news, the Philippine National Police said Wednesday that from 281, the number of areas in the National Capital Region under granular lockdown was reduced to 235 as of Tuesday. The PNP said these areas were reported in 129 barangays in Metro Manila. These areas include 143 houses, 77 residential buildings, 9 streets, and 5 subdivisions. At least 625 PNP personnel and 774 force multipliers have been deployed in lockdown areas to ensure security and adherence to the minimum health standards. Metro Manila Council head and Parañaque Mayor Edwin Olivares earlier said the presence of the COVID-19 is enough to impose a lockdown on a house or a condominium floor. State Weather Bureau Pag-asa announced that localized thunderstorms will bring partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers over Metro Manila and the rest of the country. Pag-asa said flash floods or landslides are possible during severe thunderstorms. The weather agency also said the throw of Typhoon Mindule is affecting the eastern sections of northern and central Luzon. The center of the eye of the Mindole was last seen 1,420 kilometers east of extreme northern Luzon at 10 a.m. with maximum sustained winds of 175 kilometers per hour near the center of the gustiness up to 215 kilometers per hour. And in business, the Philippine Stock Exchange Index recovered on Wednesday as foreign investors kept their distance from U.S. equities due to part to inflation concerns, and the peso mirrored this performance. The main equities index rose by 48.75 points or 0.71% to 6,934.11 at the closing bell. The broader all shares rose by 12.29 points or 0.29% to 4,297.01. Regina Capital Development Corporation head of sales Luis Limlian attributed PSEI's rise to fund managers going back to the local bourse and away from U.S. equities, which experienced a sell-off following the rise in U.S. interest rates. Volume totaled 1.99 billion shares amounting to 9.88 billion pesos. Losers led gainers at 109 to 85, while 49 shares were unchanged. Meanwhile, the peso improved against the US dollar after closing the day at 50.865 from 51.00 a day ago. That wraps up the stories tonight. Before we go, I would like to thank the SM Store, Department of Tourism, and Overseas Community Affairs Council member Alan Lin of the Republic of China for their continued support. Again, this is Miguel Pautogonan, and you're watching Tribune News on Cue. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good night, and God bless us all.
Mga katribo, handa na ba kayong sumayaw at manalo? Halina't sumali sa Katribo Bakuna Paturok TikTok Challenge sa handog ng Daily Tribune, Teleradyo Bandido TV at RJFM. Napakadali lang sumali. Step 1. Like at i-follow ang Daily Tribune Facebook page at TikTok account upang maging updated at makasali. Step 2. Bumuo ng isa o grupo na hanggang 3 katao at gumawa ng TikTok video gamit ang opisyal na Paturok Jingle Daily Tribune at RJFM na makukuha sa TikTok account ng Daily Tribune.
Paturok! Pababakuna ka ba? 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 Vaccination for the nation. No more isolation. With vaccination. Pababakuna ka ba? 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 Paturok! Paturok! Paturok!
I-post ang inyong video sa Daily Tribune TikTok account at gamitin ang hashtag Katribo Bakuna Paturok. Maaari ring i-mention ang Daily Tribune TikTok account para sa inyong entry. Huwag kalimutang i-like ang official Facebook page ng Daily Tribune. Manood at huwag kalimutang i-share ang programang Gising Na Facebook livestream mula alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga para alamin ang daily winner. Lahat pwede sumali. Make your move. Lumabas at magpaturok na ng bakuna.
Paturok! Paturok!
Fiber is the free and secure way to connect with friends and family anywhere. Send messages and make phone and video calls for free. Download Viber now.